North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking with Rusted Stone's Sean Logan about his 100th show. Welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about Rusted Stone. What is Rusted Stone?
So Rusted Stone is a band that I'm in. We've been around about 14 years. We're an original rock band that plays covers as well, but we consider ourselves really an original rock band. We've put out 3 CDs of all original material, and as you can guess, 14 years, we've played all over the Central Coast, and we've played down at the Whiskey, the Viper Room, Ventura Majestic Theater.
Wow.
Places like that, we've had some really great opportunities to play some really good venues, as well as open up for a bunch of big name acts, everybody from...
Ted Nugent?
No, we haven't. No, not Ted Nugent, but we've opened up for Buck Cherry, Blue Oyster Cult, Warrant, Jack Russell's Great White, Saving Abel, Saliva, just a bunch of bands that, we've been fortunate enough to get gigs with them.
Wow. And so 14 years, and so you are coming up to your 100th show, right? And so has this been the same band, guys? Tell me about that path. How did this start 14 years ago?
So 14 years ago, myself and another guitar player I played with for years, Galvin, we were in this band called Black Rain back in the day, 100 years ago.
Right?
Yeah. We had some pretty good success. Probably the pinnacle was we opened up for the Damn Yankees on the grandstand, the Mid-State Fair. From what I hear, we were the first band to ever play the grandstand that didn't have a record contract. So that was pretty cool. But anyway, that band broke up and folded. And a couple of years went by, and Galvin and I reached out to each other and decided to put together a project. And at first, it was just going to be a recording project. And we wanted to basically do everything ourselves except for the drums. So in the recording process, one of us would play bass. We'd each play our guitar parts. One of us would sing lead. One of us would sing the backups. Basically do everything for the song except for play the drums. And we got about 6 songs in.
Now, how do you play a song without drums?
Well, you just build it, and we had some drum machines, some drum tracks. So
the drums are there. They're just nobody's playing it.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Basically, this is all just studio work. We're not playing live at this point. It's just in the studio, basically writing songs, building songs.
Gotcha.
Things like that. But we got about 6 songs deep with a kind of hired drummer that we just used. And we decided, it was feeling pretty good, and we decided to put a band together. So after a search, we found a drummer, Dave Sigler, who was a local guy, and we found a bass player, Jeff French, who was a local guy. And this was 14 years ago. But since then, it's just kind of escalated, and right now we're a 3-piece. So Galvin, over the years, he stepped aside, and then he came back in and stepped aside again. But every time he stepped aside, we decided to just become a 3-piece. But over the course of time, we've had myself and Galvin as guitars. We've had 2 drummers, Dave Sigler and the current drummer, Jeff Gibbs, and we've had 12 bass players over the course of 14 years.
Wow. Almost one a year.
Right. Now, that sounds like a lot, which it is, but so 9 of them were actual members, and 3 of them were just filling in for the bass player had some other obligation for a gig or whatnot. But yeah, the bass player has been the Achilles heel of Rusted Stone for sure.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
So you went from Black Rain, and then you kind of faded a little bit, and then so how long has Rusted Stone been charging?
Well, I guess a year and a half before we officially started with the Rusted Stone. So, I guess when Galvin and I first got together, it was about 15 and a half years ago. But once the full band kind of got together and we came up with the name and moved forward, that's been 14 years.
Wow. Holy cow. I was thinking something differently. I was thinking the 14. So you've been playing for more than 14 years then, right?
Well, not as Rusted Stone. Rusted Stone's been playing for 14 years.
But you had, what about the Black Rain? How long was that?
Oh, yeah, Black Rain. Make me go to the mind here. Black Rain was probably from, I think we ended in 96, something like that. And we probably started in 92, something like that. So,
okay.
Black Rain was probably about a 4-year span kind of a thing.
Okay, because I'm thinking 14 years, and you're like, no. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, how old am I? And I know you've been playing for more than 14 years as a whole.
Yeah, so 14 years is just the Rusted Stone aspect of it.
Okay, and that's been a pretty cool ride. So how do you get these? I mean, the Whiskey A Go-Go, I mean, that's a huge, huge venue down in Los Angeles, down in Hollywood, right?
Yeah, it's the famous place you see in movies or hear about, The Doors was the house band, Van Halen was the house band, and then everybody's coming through there over the years. It's just an iconic venue and a really cool place to play.
And how do you land in something like that? How do you get invited to...
Well, over the course of time, I've made some contacts down in the LA area and things like that. And so one of the booking agents I know down there. And so when a band pops up that, we may fit with genre-wise, music-wise, I'll kind of reach out and see if they have any opening slots or, no, they're all full. So it just kind of depends a lot on timing. In fact, just this week, we got 2 more gigs at the Whiskey. We're going to be playing October 25th, opening up for the band Lynch Mob, who George Lynch was the original guitar player in Dokken. And then in January 4th, we're going to be opening up for a band that has Dizzy Reed, Guns N' Roses keyboard player, and then Alex Grassi, he's the Quiet Riot guitar player. They two came together and have a side project band, and so we're going to be opening up for them in January.
Wow, that's pretty cool. But you've played with some pretty local venues, but with some well-known bands as well. You'd mentioned Buck Cherry. You'd mentioned some of these other ones. So tell me a little bit about that and how those kind of came about.
Yeah, we've been, again, very fortunate to be able to play some of those shows. Some of them, the venues are gone. So the Ranch down in San Miguel, I believe we played the Buck Cherry, the Jack Russell's Great White, Fuel, and maybe a couple others over there. And in some of those shows, I'm kind of helping out, trying to get those shows put together. And then some of them, like at the Siren in Morro Bay, we've played with Saving Abel, Saliva, some others I can't think of. But Monty over there, he's does a real good job of putting those shows together. And then sometimes, we just get fortunate and people reach out to us, like for the Blue Oyster Cult, we had that show at the Fremont in San Luis, and they reached out to us on that one.
Blue Oyster Cult reached out to you guys?
No, the Fremont.
Oh, the Fremont.
Yeah. And then same type of thing, we opened up for Last in Line, which is basically all of the original Dio members, except for Ronnie James Dio, who died of cancer. They have a band together called Last in Line. And they played the Ventura Majestic Theater, and the theater reached out to us on that one as well. So it's just it's a little bit of everything. Sometimes I'm involved, sometimes they reach out to us, and sometimes it just kind of comes about.
Now, I assume that you probably do a lot of door knocking too, and trying to kind of reach out. I mean, who's your a couple of the bands that you're like, man, I want to play with them. It's a long shot, but I really like to try to get on their radar and play with them.
Well, of course, the bigger bands are, probably out of reach, like Metallica or Alice in Chains.
Well, you never know. I mean, they're coming up on their, their age. I mean, now they're just like, hey, what the hell? We'll have anybody, local guys. Let's go.
Yeah, you do never know. Alice in Chains has played, Vina Robles, and so obviously that's local. But their booking agent is Niederlander down in L.A., and they're pretty sticklers about not having local acts, unfortunately, open up for those shows. But that would be great if Vina Robles did allow some of the local acts to open up for those bigger shows.
And Vina Robles, I mean, you've seen music kind of change, locally. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we grew up here, years ago that there wasn't much happening, and now it's kind of we're changing and morphing into this kind of, event, music, kind of North County, hub. And so what are some of the changes, obviously good and bad, that you've seen over the last, say, 20 years around here?
Well, there's a couple things. One, it's kind of like in two different levels. So at the bigger level, it's great. We do have places like Vina Robles. I guess they've been there now about 12 years or something like that. And of course, the fair. And, there's some of those shows out at Avila. So those bigger things that didn't even exist, like you said, when we were kids growing up, that's really great. The downside of it is on the lower spectrum, is from a local standpoint, venues are either just dying out completely, or since the pandemic, they're not having bands play. And so it is a struggle to, if you're a local band, it's a struggle to get shows, especially if you're a band like us. We're an original band. And so we play our originals along with covers. And so some people just don't like that. They want all covers. They want 3 to 4 hours of covers. We don't do that. We enjoy writing songs. We enjoy, putting the blood, sweat, and tears into those songs and recording them and having them out there and playing them for people. And so some people enjoy that, but unfortunately for the majority in this area that we're in, they want cover bands. And so that's another thing that's very special about this 100th show is not many bands will last this long to hit that 100th show mark, being the kind of band we are. In fact, I make a poster for every show. And so if you go in the practice room where the posters are up, you can go back and just say, that venue's gone, that venue's gone. Or you can look at the bands we've played with. That band doesn't exist, that band doesn't exist. And you can just go down the line, and fortunately, Rusted Stone has outlasted a lot of those.
And some of these bands that you're playing with, I mean, do you get to obviously meet them? That, like the Buck Cherries and the Great Whites and that kind of stuff. Do you get to meet those bands for the most part?
It's just kind of a hit or miss kind of a thing. There's not, usually they have their own rooms, so you could be passing in the hallway and stuff. There's not really like a hangout area where, the openers hang out with the headliners. But sometimes, yeah, you do interact with them either at sound check or just kind of in passing. So it just kind of depends on the situation.
And I'm sure you try to find a way to get in there and get their contact information so that way you can kind of stay in contact with them, huh?
Sometimes, but the reality is the bands themselves don't really, have a whole lot of control of that. It's more from our standpoint, it's more of the booking agent and or the venue. They would have more control and help for us than the actual bands.
And so you're probably looking into these different venues that are here, like, we were talking about, the Club Car Bar, down here in Templeton. They just opened up a space. They got a stage there. So some of these places in the North County that has, probably nothing like what the Siren has over there, because they're kind of a plug and play like the Ranch was, right?
Yeah, they've got a great venue over there, great sound system, great lights, great stage. They've really turned that place around from what it was before they got there.
And some of the places that you play around here, like Leslie over there at the Poorhouse, has got a pretty cool, spot that she's been building, with bands coming in, and you've played there several times.
Yeah, she's got another cool spot there. Hers is outside and inside. Outside's really kind of special because you've got the stage there and all the seating outside, and if you bring your own lights, it turns out to be a really special show.
So what do you have on tap for this 100th show? What's anything special? What do you got going on with that?
So yeah, we do have some special stuff going on. So of course we're going to be playing from 7 to 9:30 at the Mark in San Luis Obispo. And
where's that again?
It's on South Higuera. You hit me with that, and I don't have the address.
But right across from, you said McClintock's.
Yeah, across the street from McClintock's.
Okay.
In that area, yeah. But we're going to have giveaways. We've got everything from a couple of bottles of wine to some Moondoggies sweatshirts and shirts to a skateboard to a grinder to tickets to other shows. And then we're also going to have a beer chugging contest, which everybody likes beer,
Beer
right?
chugging contest. Hello, where do you sign up for that?
Perfect, right? And then we're also going to do a sing a song with the band. So you can sign up and you can choose one of the covers we do and jump up there and sing a song with us.
On the mic and the whole nine yards?
Yeah. Be a rock star, yep.
They can't do any flashing though, right?
That's out of our control. So if it happens,
it happens.
If it happens,
just
it
adds to the content of the
exactly.
show.
It brings out the more real rock and roll element to it.
So coming down to the 100th show, I mean, obviously you've had a lot of times where you're like, what's your pregame? What's the pregame look like for for these big shows like the Whiskey A Go Go and.
Again, it really kind of depends on the show. So, like some of these shows, we've got to bring our own equipment. So it's really a matter of getting there at a certain time and just muscling a bunch of equipment into spot, doing a quick sound check, and kind of being ready. Other times, if the equipment's there and you just need to kind of bring your own rig, then you might have a little bit more downtime to kind of prep or get pumped up for the show. But again, it just really depends on the venue.
And really, I mean, at the end of the day, do you do this for the money or you do this for the passion?
No, we don't do this for the money. If we did this for the money, it probably would have never got off the ground. But yeah, definitely do it for the passion. Like I said, I consider myself a songwriter, and there's just nothing better feeling than writing out a song, and you feel the energy, the passion for it, and then if the rest of the band picks up on that, and then boom, it becomes a song, and it's just an awesome feeling that's kind of hard to describe. But then you take that and you record it, and then you take that and you play it out live, and then you have a crowd responding to the song that you wrote from inside you. Yeah, it's about the passion for sure. It's not about the money.
And then for songwriting, you always see like some of these big stars, big musicians, they're singing a song, but somebody else has wrote them. Somebody that they're somebody, maybe they submitted it, maybe they've seen the lyrics or something like that. So is that a step also that you'd like to get into?
That would be great. I think it's probably a little bit too late for me to try and pursue that. But yeah, that would be an awesome situation to have songwriting be your job. That would be great.
Very cool. So tomorrow, 7:00 at the Mark in San Luis. And people get tickets at the door, or how?
No, I think I do believe it's free. You just come in and
oh, nice.
Yeah, come right in, and we'll hand out giveaway tickets, and you can try and win whatever prize you want, and sign up for the different things we have going on. And
how does somebody get involved with the beer guzzling contest? Walk me through that. How's that playing out?
Again, you just show up
and guzzle beer.
Yeah, well, you sign up, and then in between a break when we'll do some of the giveaways, and we'll have the beer chugging contest. We'll see how many people sign up for it, and it'll just be as simple as that.
Are you going to do like today's beer chugging, or are you going to go old school with like a beer bong?
No, it's just going to be a mug, but we are going to have some judges, so it's got to be completely down, right? It can't be all over your face.
Are you going to do that deal where you go like this, and if anything drops on your face?
Not quite that extreme, no. But you got to chug the beer, and you got to be done with it the fastest, with no mess and no stuff in the bottom. So
cool. So what happens after tomorrow? Tomorrow night, what is Rusted Stone? What's the next 6 months look like?
So after the 100th show, we were actually going to kind of go into writing mode and try and start writing songs for our fourth CD. And but as I mentioned earlier, the couple of shows at the Whiskey popped up. So we'll have another show in October at the Whiskey, and then one in January. We're also booked again at the Mark in Slow in December. But for the most part, unless some special shows pop up, we'll probably really concentrate over the next 4 to 6 months, just coming out with new songs and writing and starting the recording process.
And tell me a couple of your favorite songs, your originals that you got, because you got those on Spotify, right?
Yeah, it's on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, all those.
So you can just search up Rusted Stone,
yep,
and your whole catalog is there?
Yep, just punch in Rusted Stone, and all the songs should pop right up.
And what are a couple of your favorites?
A couple of my favorites is off of the second CD, the title track's called American Sin. That one, it's a groovy rockin' song, and the crowd seems to like it, and it's got some good lyrical content in it as well.
So that's your prize one, American Sin.
Probably, I guess, yeah.
Me personally, I like Here Comes the Regulators.
There is a Regulators song off of the third CD called The Regulators, yeah.
Yes.
And that's right there. It's probably 1B would be The Regulators, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, Sean, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate it. Like I said, Rusted Stone, local, original, and cover band, right?
Yep.
And so if somebody wants to, pull you in, bring you onto their venue, or hire you, I guess. You get hired, right?
Yeah.
How do they reach you?
Well, we're all the usual Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Although honestly, I really only do the Facebook. But we're also have a website, rustedstonemusic.com. And so any of those places. Also reach out and get my phone number, 805-238 or 286-6098. But just the usual ways.
Very cool. Well, good luck Saturday night at the Mark on your 100th anniversary, or 100th show. Not 100th anniversary.
We're old, but not that old.
Yeah, you're not like Mick Jagger old.
No,
not yet.
Not yet.
Well, cool, man. Well, good luck. Like I said, enjoy the shows, and the original rock and roll guy, right? They call you the rock and roll guy.
Well, that's what I do.
There you go. Cool, man. Well, good luck.
All right.
Well, there you have it, guys. Make sure you guys follow Rusted Stone. You can check them out on Facebook, Instagram. They got their music on Spotify, Pandora, and they are having their 100th show tomorrow night at the Mark in San Luis Obispo. And you can sign up to be a beer guzzler. Who doesn't want to be a beer guzzler? So look them up, Rusted Stone, and follow them on Facebook. But as always, guys, we can't do this without us and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Rancho Sestero Meat Cutting, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Hanson Enterprises, El Red Rooster, Pacific 805 Spas, Story Termite and Pest Control, Pastor Robles Furniture, 5-Star Rain Gutters, Airflow Filter Services, Borhone Auto, Kennedy Club Fitness, and Amy and Jamie's Place, guys. Thanks again. Look up Rusted Stone. We'll see you at the show.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
We don't just serve it up, we roast it, distill it, brew it, craft it, crank it, bake it, make it, perfect it, cure it, paint it, live it, breathe it, and then we serve it up, all in Atascadero.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today. We can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.